They watched me burn. Not because they were cruel, but because they didn't understand. To them, fire was a line no sane being would cross. It devoured, destroyed, and consumed without mercy. Its flickering tongues licked at the very fabric of life, turning all it touched into ash. Fire was final. And to step into it? Madness. But as I stood at the edge of that inferno, the screams of a terrified alien child echoing through the smoke, I knew what I had to do. The heat seared my face even from this distance. My heart pounded like a war drum, every instinct in my body screaming at me to retreat. Yet, amidst the chaos, one sound pierced through everything: the desperate, fragile cries of someone too young to die. Fragile? Maybe. Breakable? Never. The galactic Concord considered humanity a curiosity at best, a liability at worst. Our presence in the grand tapestry of interstellar civilizations was tolerated, but never celebrated. Physically unimpressive, easily injured, and biologically fragile compared to the hardy species that dominated the stars, we were seen as anomalies. Our bones broke easily compared to the dense skeletal structures of the Vornak. Our skin blistered under conditions that the XY Var thrived in. Our muscles fatigued faster than the tireless safari. We were the porcelain dolls of the galaxy, best kept behind glass. We weren't the strongest, fastest, or most resilient. But we had something they couldn't measure with their scanners and algorithms. Determination. That unquantifiable human trait. The refusal to give up, to surrender, to accept fate. They dismissed it as irrational, illogical, even self-destructive. But they had never walked in our shoes. I was stationed on Cygnar 4, a bustling trade hub shared by countless species. The planet's sprawling cities were a kaleidoscope of cultures, languages, and technologies. Towering spires touched the skies, and neon-lit markets thrummed with the endless buzz of commerce. Every street corner was a blend of the familiar and the alien. My assignment? Assist in diplomatic relations and ensure human interests weren't trampled under alien bureaucracy. It wasn't the most glamorous post, but it offered a front-row seat to the heart of galactic interactions. It was supposed to be a quiet post. Until the fire. A catastrophic reactor malfunction at the central power core sent an explosion ripping through the district. The shockwave shattered windows for miles, and the ground trembled as if the planet itself recoiled in fear. Flames erupted, spreading rapidly as unstable energy reserves fed the inferno. Emergency protocols were activated instantly. Sirens wailed, evacuation orders blared across the colony, and automated fire suppression systems struggled to contain the blaze. The Signari, known for their logical minds and rigid adherence to probabilities, began their orderly retreat. Every life form was scanned and accounted for. Every life form but one. Human Ambassador, the Signari Chief Coordinator, informed me with unsettling calm, one juvenile remains within the danger zone. The probability of survival is negligible. Rescue attempt is illogical. I stared at him, disbelief churning in my gut. You're leaving a child behind? The statistical probability of success is less than 0.1%. The risk outweighs the benefit. My fists clenched so tightly that my knuckles turned white. That's not how we do things. His eyes, cold and calculating, showed no hint of remorse. To him, this was a simple equation, and the numbers didn't lie. Without waiting for permission, I grabbed an emergency breathing mask from the wall and sprinted towards the blaze. Behind me, I heard murmurs of disbelief and confusion. Humans are illogical, someone whispered. Maybe. But some things are worth risking everything for. Heat slammed into me like a wall the moment I approached the blaze. The air thickened with smoke and ash, each breath burning my throat. My body screamed in protest, sweat pouring down my face, but my mind was set. The Signari thought me reckless. suicidal, even. But I wasn't thinking about odds. I was thinking about a scared child who needed help. Navigating the collapsing structures was a nightmare. Each step was treacherous, the ground unstable and littered with debris. Metal groaned ominously above me, threatening to give way at any moment. My vision blurred as smoke stung my eyes, but I pressed on. Then, faintly, I heard it. A whimper. I followed the sound, heart pounding, until I found the child huddled beneath a fallen beam. Their iridescent skin shimmered with fear, wide eyes locking onto mine. "It's okay," I whispered, crouching beside them. "I've got you." Lifting the child into my arms, I felt the full weight of our predicament. Flames roared around us, an ever-present reminder that death was mere moments away. Each step forward was a battle. My skin blistered from the intense heat, my lungs burned with every breath, but I refused to stop. One step at a time. I stumbled more than once, falling to my knees, but never letting go of the child. Their tiny arms clung to me, their trust unwavering despite the danger. I wouldn't let that trust be misplaced. Just when my strength began to falter, a glimmer of hope appeared. The exit. With a final surge of will, I pushed forward, breaking through the wall of flames and collapsing into the waiting arms of rescuers. The child was safe. I was alive. Barely. I woke up days later in a medical bay, bandaged from head to toe. Pain radiated through every fiber of my being, but it was a small price to pay. The Signari chief stood beside my bed, his expression unreadable. "Why?" he asked softly. "Why risk your life for one insignificant being?" I managed a weak smile. "Because to us, no life is insignificant." Word spread quickly. The fragile human who defied logic, probability, and death itself. We weren't the strongest species in the galaxy. But at that moment, they knew. We were unbreakable. Humanity wasn't feared for our strength. We were respected for our will. And sometimes, that's all you need.